So I've just had my first PhD supervision, but what does that mean and how did it go? Let's find out. Okay, so before I tell you exactly what happened in my supervision, it's probably useful to discuss what a supervision actually is. So a supervision is a regularly scheduled meeting between the PhD student, me, and their supervisors. At the University of Birmingham, I am entitled to 30 formal supervisions across the duration of my PhD, which means that I am already more than 3% of the way through my PhD, which is kind of scary. A supervision is a nice, structured way of allowing the university or the PhD supervisors to keep an eye on the PhD students. Otherwise, a PhD student could be left to their own devices for 3 years, never getting any support, guidance, or feedback, which sounds incredibly daunting to me. Many things can be achieved in a supervision. To start, they are a nice way to discuss progress that the PhD student has made since the last meeting, which could take the form of reading some primary or secondary texts, writing several thousand words, attending workshops and support sessions, speaking at a conference, and so on. On the other side of that coin, you can also set targets or goals to meet in time for the next supervision, or the one after that. These goals could be similar in form to the ways in which progress is measured. As an English literature PhD student, I will be doing a lot of reading and writing over the next few years. And simply put, there is no point in me just letting it sit there and stagnate, unseen by anybody else. And so I will be passing my writing on to my supervisors, and in my supervisions we might discuss the strengths, weaknesses and possible areas of development in that piece of writing. So I've mentioned the word supervisor quite a bit already in this video, but what does that mean? Well, first of all, they are an academic, so a professor or lecturer who is an expert in an area that is relevant to the things that you are looking at in your PhD. That is not to say, though, that they are going to be an expert in the exact thing that your PhD is about. After all, the PhD is supposed to be an original piece of research. But they will have sufficient knowledge in the general area. So, for instance, in English literature, that might mean expertise in a genre of literature, or a time period, or an author, or a set of theories, and so on. Your supervisor or supervisors should also be able to support you in certain ways during your studies. Primarily, this means academically, but depending on you, your supervisors, and the relationship you build with them, this could also mean, to an extent, emotional support. In this sense, a supervisor is a bit like a form tutor or your favourite teacher at school. Of course, there are some things that supervisors probably won't be able to help you with. In that case, they will probably be able to send you to the people or resources that best can help you. They might be able to help you to access well-being support services at the university, for instance. Simply put, your supervisor is somebody who is going to be a bit of a mentor figure. They aren't going to do the PhD for you, but they will assist you throughout its duration. My supervisors raised an important and interesting point during my supervision. There will come a time, maybe in the next few months, or maybe in the next few years, where my expertise on the specific area my PhD is focused on will surpass theirs. Now, this is something that is both exciting and a bit scary, because it means that I will be, at some point, a world expert on a very small specific thing. But then that also means that because of that, there'll be few people who will be able to give me complete academic support on my topic. It's a bit of a double-edged sword, I guess. So who are my supervisors? Well, I have 3 in total. Some people only have 1, some people have 2, some people have 3. I'm not really sure if people really have more than 3, because then it's sort of a case of too many cooks. So my first supervisor is my lead supervisor, Dr. Nathan Waddell, who I know from my time studying at the University of Nottingham. Now, Nathan has expertise in a number of different things, but it is his expertise in dystopian literature that is most relevant to my PhD. Nathan really supported me during my undergraduate and postgraduate degrees in Nottingham, and he is a big reason for me doing my PhD in Birmingham rather than anywhere else in the world. As he is my lead supervisor, Nathan has overall administrative responsibility of me and my PhD. So I guess that means really he is the person who will remind me to fill out important paperwork before their deadlines come and go. Secondly is Dr. Dorothy Butchard. Now, I hadn't met or really had contact with Dorothy prior to my supervision, but she came heavily recommended to me by Nathan. Dorothy's areas of expertise include 20th century and 21st century literature and also digital cultures, 2 areas that are really relevant to my PhD. Already, Dorothy has been super encouraging and supportive and has really helped me to feel like a part of the scholarly community in the English Literature department here at the University of Birmingham. She's also been absolutely fundamental in the development of a little side project of mine which I've been working on, details of which I'll keep secret for now. And my third supervisor, well, I'm going to keep their identity anonymous for now, purely because I am yet to officially meet them. I am super excited to have the opportunity to work with this person though, and think that they will add a completely different perspective and approach to my project. So, what has happened as an outcome of my supervision? Well, first of all, I've been given some software suggestions, which might sound a bit weird since my PhD is English literature. But the different pieces of software that I've been recommended are to help me with referencing, which I haven't had to do for a while, and even when I did it for my previous degrees, I just did it all manually. And so hopefully that software is going to save me a lot of time and effort. The second piece of software that has been recommended to me is one that's going to help me to make digital mind maps. Now, if I was ever your teacher, you probably know how much I love a mind map. Using that software should help me to make analytical comparisons between texts much more easily. I was also able to make a little bit of progress with some of the necessary bits of paperwork that I need to formally complete. I had some workshops recommended to me. Being honest with you guys, one of my biggest concerns about returning to university is actually getting back into academic writing. And so Nathan and Dorothy have helped me to find a few different workshops and talks to go to, and I've been to them and they've already been really reassuring and helpful. A few different books, authors and theorists were mentioned in this first meeting, which has given me a good platform to begin my more scholarly research. Some other exciting things have been discussed too. I can't necessarily go into too much detail about all of those yet, but I will share them with you as soon as I can. In fact, Google. Hi Google. let's type in something on the search bar. So I'm going to zoom in, slowly but surely. And then it gets weird, so we'll go there instead. And if we type in Birmingham.ac.uk/ and then my name. So I can type that in properly. I now have an official page, profile thing on the university website. So there's my lovely face, and you see there, Liam J.L. Knight, Department of English Lit, doctoral researcher. That's my email, my Twitter account, which is the same as the YouTube channel and Instagram. You can even open all these sections as well to get my qualifications, my bio, my research, and other academic activities of mine. So yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. It's kind of really affirming. Yeah, it's kind of official now. I'm actually doing a proper PhD. I'm a low-key and academic, so there we go. There's one of the exciting things that I've been working on, or that my supervisors have helped me sort out. I just thought I'd share it with you all. So yeah. And finally, I have an essay that I need to write. I have a little over a month to write an essay that is several thousand words long. My first academic essay in years. Wish me luck. And if you want to know more about that essay, let me know, and I might be able to make a quick video about it too. So, how did that first supervision leave me feeling? The three words that first come to mind are excited, accepted, and also, two words here, incredibly lucky. I am so lucky to have the opportunity to now go and spend the next 3, maybe 4 years of my life researching something that I'm so passionate about. I'm so lucky to be so welcomed and supported by some brilliant people. And I'm so lucky to just have so many opportunities available to me now.